Welcome, everybody, to episode 300 of Tim's Vinyl Confessions. I'm Tim Derling, and with me on the other side of the Zoom here is my good friend Matt Phillips, who's been in more episodes than anyone else besides me. And Matt's here for a very specific reason. As you all know, I've been asking for trivia questions based on some of our past episodes. Matt's been collecting the trivia questions, and this is going to be a lot of fun because I have absolutely no idea any of these questions, where they're coming from, but somebody out there is going to win a cool CD prize pack from Tim's Vinyl Confessions in celebration of our 300th episode. And just want to thank everybody that's ever tuned in to one of these. And actually, to give you an idea, if you haven't watched my earliest ones, they go something like this. Hi, I'm Tim Derling for Tim's Vinyl Confessions. I set them way back, and you may notice I'm looking very stylish today. This is my wife's scarf. This is going to come into play in a little bit, but Matt, 300 episodes, eh? Who would have thought?
Yeah, I can't believe it, dude. It's so cool.
So what have you got for me?
So we're going to do a bunch of different formats here. The first thing I want to do is a minute to win it trivia contest. So I've taken 10 of my favorite questions from the fans, and these are quick ones that can be answered. So ones that can be answered fairly quickly. And we're going to put a timer up on my iPad here. And I'm going to ask Tim these questions, and we're going to see if we can get through them all in 60 seconds. I did a dry run of this, and yeah.
all correctly. Yeah.
All correctly too.
This is, this is a lot harder than it sounds.
Yeah.
Well, I'm ready, Matt.
So the only thing I told Tim, Tim's so good at this. If I'm actually partway through a question and you already know the answer, just say the answer. I'll say yeah. We'll go to the next one.
Okay.
So we're gonna try. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So here's my timer. As soon as I hit start, can you see that okay? I'm counting down from 1 minute. So I'm gonna hit start and then start asking the questions.
All right, let's do this. Yep.
Name the drummer on Rush's debut.
John Rutsey.
What was Queensryche called before Jeff Tate joined?
Myth.
Which candy treat does Van Halen hate to see in their dressing room?
Brown M&Ms.
Bon Jovi's current guitarist, Phil X, was also in 2 Canadian bands.
Played with Triumph, Frozen Ghost, and Alamo Nova for a bonus.
Which 2 songs did Bryan Adams co-write on Creatures of the Night?
Rock and Roll Hell and War Machine.
Yep. Name every Kiss lead guitarist in order.
Ace Frehley, Vinnie Vincent, Mark St. John, Bruce Kulick, and Tommy Thayer.
Helix have 2 different songs with the exact same title. One.
It's Too Late.
What date was Rush's final show?
2015. I don't know the date. Oh!
That was actually really good.
No idea. I think it was like November or something, but I don't know.
August 1st, 2015.
Oh, wow. Turn in my Rush fan card.
Yeah, no worries. I'll ask you the last 2 just for the heck of it.
Okay.
I kind of like 2 of these. What 2 Black Sabbath albums did Eric Singer play on?
He played on Seventh Star and The Eternal Idol.
Yeah. Last one. This is a funny one. What slang name do Australians call AC/DC?
The CDs.
He has it as Akadaka.
That too. I've heard them both.
Yeah.
I've heard them called the CDs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to thank, for those questions, we had James from Woodstock, Andy from Fredericton, Shay or Ches from Ontario, and Jex from Moncton. Thank you.
Cool. Yeah, those were pretty tough ones. I had to think about some of those, and obviously the Rush one I bombed completely.
Yeah. So I've got a bunch of actually some more people sent in some longer questions. We're not going to put a timer on these, but I thought it would be fun to ask you just some random trivia questions, and then maybe we could talk about some of these bands and what they've meant to your channel. Because of course we asked for questions about bands that we've talked about.
Yeah.
Sound good? Now a few of
Yep.
these are actually sort of related to bands that we've talked about. A couple of them, we'll just see how we go. So
Okay.
these ones, the first bunch are just going to be some general questions. This first bunch actually comes from Bill in Austin, Texas. So first question, every Led Zeppelin studio album became a #1 record on the album charts in the US, except for 2 of them. So which 2 Led Zeppelin records didn't get to #1? And
The
if you
fourth one,
both, yeah.
the 4th one, and the song remains the same.
According to Bill, it's Led Zeppelin 4, which peaked at #2.
Oh, and Coda.
And the debut album peaked at #7.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Pretty good
But,
question,
yeah.
I thought.
But yeah, good question. Famously, the 4th one was kept out of the top, even though the 4th one's the biggest seller. It was kept out of the top spot by Carole King's Tapestry.
Oh, okay. And I've been on such a huge Led Zeppelin kick lately, so I was chatting with Bill about this one. Okay, so the next question. Actually, this isn't a band that we've ever really talked about, but it's one of those music trivia things you might know. So, okay, #2. What American rock band charted 3 top singles, but each of them were sung by a different member of the band? So they're an American rock band. They had 3 top 10 singles, but this band, they had different members of the band sing each song.
Could be Toto. Could be the Eagles. It could be the Beach Boys.
Yeah. Actually, he said the Eagles.
Okay.
I'm not familiar again with these songs, but The Long Run, I can't.
Yeah, The Long Run would be.
Yeah. And Heartache Tonight.
Yeah, so The Long Run was sung by Don Henley. Can't tell you why it was sung by their bass player, Timothy B. Schmidt.
Yeah,
and the Heartache Tonight was sung by Glenn Frey.
Right. Yeah, good. Okay, here's another one. #3. Bob Seger had only 1 #1 song in the US. Do you know the song and what album it was from?
Shakedown from the Beverly Hills Cop 2 soundtrack. You busted. Yeah. Awesome. Shakedown, which, by the way, was originally written with Glenn Frey in mind.
Oh, okay.
Because Glenn Frey had done The Heat Is On.
All right. And it was next question, you definitely know this band, and maybe we'll talk about them a little bit after. So, which band had the same song reach the top 40 3 different times? The song reached the top 40 in 1976, 1992, and 2018. And bonus if you know the song.
Well, it's got to be Bohemian Rhapsody, Queen.
There you go. Yeah. Yep. 1976, it charted at #9. 1992 hit #2 because of Wayne's World, I guess.
Yeah.
And hit #33 in 2018 when they released the movie.
Yeah. So, and what's also odd about that is that it's the exact same version. It's not a remake. It was the exact same version of the song.
Yeah. So all those questions came from Bill from Texas.
Those are good ones. Good one, Bill.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about Queen at all? I mean, they've been featured pretty heavily.
We've done many an episode on Queen. I got really into them in 1992, just on the brink of Bohemian Rhapsody appearing in Wayne's World. It was a random encounter where I got to hear the Night at the Opera album, and I couldn't believe how diverse it was. I couldn't believe how heavy Death on Two Legs was. I thought it was the coolest thing. And I got into that band really, really hardcore that year, and just followed them ever since.
Yeah, Tim actually got me into Queen too. So I've been slowly kind of collecting, but I don't have any of their vinyl yet. So I really got to buckle down and get some of those. I got 2 more general questions for you. These come from Jackson Moncton. Okay, he says,
our good buddy Jax. Yes, okay.
The first Canadian pressing of Aerosmith's debut album came out with a typo on the back cover. Do you know what the track was and how it was misspelled?
Ah,
Canadian.
don't. I don't. And I have a Canadian pressing of that. I don't know if it's an original.
Okay.
I wonder if it was.
Take a guess. Think of the
I'm
track.
just going to take a guess. I'm just going to take a guess because Walking the Dog is on that album, and I'm wondering if they didn't write it out Walking the Dog.
Yeah, they said Walking the Dog, and apparently
Okay.
they misspelled it as Walking the Dig.
Okay. Nice. Good question, Jack.
Okay.
It's funny because the Canadian 8-track version of Toys in the Attic has a typo on it. And the song You See Me Crying is You See My Crying, which makes no sense.
Oh.
Yeah.
Awesome. Got one more general question, then we're getting into some band-specific ones. Not too much more left. The band Survivor had a song on the 1984 film The Karate Kid. But this film was going to be titled after this song. What was it called?
The Moment of Truth.
Moment of Truth. I didn't know that. Thanks, Jax.
It was the first song that featured Jimmy Jamison as lead singer after Dave Bickler had left. And back in the 80s, I didn't even know they had two different singers, but because they sounded quite much the same.
Yeah. I actually own one Survivor record. You can probably guess which one.
Yeah, tick it.
Totally iconic. Had to get it when I saw it. Now we've got some Rush questions. And these are from Ryan from the Rush Roundtable. Ryan's from New York.
Oh, man. If it's from any of the Roundtable guys, I'm in for it because these guys know their stuff.
He's got 3 questions. All right. Let's see how you do. So which 7 Rush albums were recorded at Le Studio? 7 of them.
The Studio, I think the first, so, okay. I know the first one was Permanent Waves, so it'd be permanent. We're talking studio albums.
Yep, 7.
Permanent Waves, Moving Pictures, Signals, Grace Under Pressure. Because I know Power Windows, they were recorded in England, and I think Hold Your Fire, they did the same. So I'm going to say Presto, Roll the Bones, and Counterparts.
That's it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Woo!
Okay.
That
2
was
more
the easy
questions.
one, I'm sure.
Yeah, 2 more. Which 3 songs closed the first set of Rush's 2010-2011 Time Machine tour? These 3 songs closed the first set.
I think I'm gonna just suck on this. Wow. You know what? I have that live album. It's not one that I listen to all that much. So I'm gonna say that was the tour where they did Moving Pictures from start to finish. Okay. So I think that started the second set. So we're talking about
the first set.
So it's not Moving Pictures. So I think one of them might have been Marathon.
Yeah. 2 more.
Marathon. And I'm just clutching at straws here. Geez. Oh man, I feel so stupid. Free Will? No.
Yes. Yeah.
Is it Free Will? Okay.
Yeah, one more.
Let me see. I'm just gonna say Presto?
Subdivisions.
Subdivisions. My favorite Rush song. Okay.
Free Will on Subdivisions. That's pretty good, Tim. Okay, I don't even know what to do with this one, but let's just try this one. This is final Rush question.
Right.
On Permanent Waves, the song Natural Science almost did not make the album in place of a song that was going to be called what?
It was going to be called Sir Gawain and the Green Knight.
You got it.
Yep.
Okay. Talk about Rush.
Well, you know, I've never been able to nail down a favorite band because it's always been very close tie between Rush and Y&T. And depending on the mood I'm in, they're both my favorite band. So I guess I could call them each my favorite band. But I've been such a mega Rush fan since I was 12. And they were totally different than every other band I liked, because I like Bon Jovi and Def Leppard and Van Halen and Whitesnake, but just something about Rush's music just got a hold of me. I have to say, if it wasn't for much music, I probably never would have got into them, or I wouldn't have got into them when I did, because they were pretty good at playing their videos. They really supported Canadian talent of all sorts. So they would play the Subdivisions video and Distant Early Warning. And I just thought it was cool music. It didn't sound like anything else. And it was years before I met other people who were Rush fans, other than people who I introduced to them.
Yeah.
And I've just stuck with them. I've just stuck with them ever since. Yeah.
Awesome. So, Tim, I've got one more big pack of, well, these aren't questions. This is something you're going to have to really recall from memory. Okay. I'm calling this the Ultimate Big Fan Challenge. There's a certain band that we've been a fan of for quite a while, since college. And what I'm going to do, so I already gave Tim the heads up as far as I didn't tell him what band or what I was going to ask him, but I told him, Tim, go find a blindfold, and I'm going to ask you these questions. And so people can follow along at home. What we're going to do, I've actually printed out the information here. So that's why I want Tim to put a blindfold on. This one might take a few minutes. So we'll see how we go. So as soon as Tim gets that blindfold on.
What's the name of that? What was the name of that show with Sandra Bullock? Was Bird Box?
Oh, okay.
She had the blindfold on. I never saw it.
Yeah.
All right. I can tell you right now, I can't see a thing. Cannot see a thing. Well,
so here's what we're going to do.
He's giving me the finger, isn't he, guys? What he's doing.
The band we're talking about is You Wanted the Best, You Got the Best. Plan. So, Tim, here's what I want you to do. I've printed out in order every Kiss studio album and all the 4 solo albums. So they've done 20 studio albums and 4 solo albums. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to list them for me in order. Tell me the year that they came out. Tell me who produced them.
God.
Tell me the singles from each album.
Oh my!
All right.
All right.
See how well you do. I'm going to hold them up, and as you go through them, I'll drop them out. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Well, the first album was self-titled. It was called Kiss. It came out in 1974. Yeah. I know that Nothing to Lose was a single from it. Kissin' Time was added to the second pressing and released as a single.
Yep.
I don't know if anything else was. Second album.
Just one second.
Strutter was a single?
Apparently, according to Wikipedia.
Okay.
All right, number 2.
Well, see, that's the thing. They could have been somewhere in the world.
Yeah.
Okay, so second album, Hotter Than Hell, also 1974. Yep. And I'm quite certain about this. I think there was only one single released from it, and it was Let Me Go, Rock and Roll.
Very good. You're getting these good. What I want you to also try and do is remember who produced them.
Oh, who produced them? Right. So,
so give me the albums.
Yeah, the first 2 albums were both produced by Kenny Kerner and Richie Wise.
You got it.
Even though they sound completely different from each other.
All right.
Okay.
Number 3.
Third album, Dressed to Kill, 1975, was produced. Well, he put his name on it. Neil Bogart, the head of Casablanca Records. Obviously, Rock and Roll All Night was a single.
And
I don't know if there were any others. I can't think of any other singles from that album.
It says "Come On and Love Me."
Okay.
But again, like you said, it could be like a difference in between Europe and UK and USA or whatever. So number 4. So we're skipping no live albums. We're just doing the studio album.
All right. So number 4, Destroyer, obviously produced by Canada's Bob Ezrin.
What year?
1976. The singles were, well, Detroit Rock City and Beth. They were both released as A and B sides, and the whole flip over and yada, yada, yada. I know that Flaming Youth was released as a single because it was their first ever picture sleeve. And it just has a Destroyer cover on it.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. And Shout It Out Loud.
Yep.
And
one more.
I think one more. Let's see. God of Thunder. Do You Love Me?
According to this, God of Thunder. was released in March of '76.
I'd want to research that one.
Yeah, you're doing really good, I think.
I don't know about that one. Okay. Number 5, one of my favorites, Rock and Roll Over, 1976, produced by Eddie Kramer. Yep. And Hard Luck Woman was a single from that album, as was Calling Dr. Love.
Yeah, you got it.
Is that it?
Yep, next one.
Okay, next one is Love Gun, 1977. Again, produced by Eddie Kramer. Christine 16 was a single, as was the title song, Love Gun. Yeah. And I don't think there were any others. Okay, so now these are all 1978, the 4 solo albums, the Kiss albums. Yeah. We'll start with Gene's album. Was produced by, he had so many people on this album, but I think Mike Stone was a producer on this album, or at least one of them.
It says,
and I think,
it says Gene Simmons and Sean Delaney.
Oh, maybe Mike Stone mixed it, but but you're right. Sean Delaney was involved. And I think the only single from that was Radioactive.
You got it. Now, if you just
okay, so now it's the most successful one, in my opinion, the best. That would be Ace's album.
It's funny that you're actually going. That's the one I'm holding up to.
I swear, everybody, I cannot see anything. I can't see a thing.
We can tell because your head's kind of leaning sideways.
So Ace Frehley's album was produced by Eddie Kramer, the biggest hit single of all of them with New York Groove.
Yeah.
Now we'll go to Peter's album, Peter Criss, was produced by Vinnie Poncia, and I actually think Peter's was the only one that had 2 singles released from it, which would have been You Matter to Me and it's either I Can't Stand the Rain or Don't Let Me Down. I guess I'm going to go with Don't Let Me Down.
Don't Let Me Down. You got it. And the last one?
Well, and finally, Paul's album, a fine album, which was, I know some of it was produced by Jeff Glicksman, and I can't remember who else produced it. I think there were 2 producers on it for the life of me.
Jeff and Paul.
Oh, okay. And the single from that, which I think is a poor choice, was Hold Me, Touch Me. I think they should have gone with Wouldn't You Like to Know Me or It's All Right.
You got it.
But anyway.
All right.
So,
we're on to the
okay. All right. 1979, one of my favorites, Dynasty, produced as Peter's solo album was by Vinnie Poncia. I Was Made for Loving You, obviously the big single off this, and another great song, Sure Know Something, which missed the top 40 barely.
You got it. Next one.
Next one I know is going to screw me up because it's got international singles. 1980, Unmasked, also produced by Vinnie Poncia. Shandy was a single from that album. And I think Talk to Me was a single in some countries. And I actually think Tomorrow was a single too.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. All right. Next up, of course, music from The Elder. 1981, once again, Bob Ezrin producing. We dedicated a whole episode to this album. Get the Odyssey book, guys, if you haven't read it already. And A World Without Heroes was a single, and I think I was a single in some territories.
Yeah.
And was Oath a single?
Yeah, it says The Oath. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Next.
Probably why those are the 3 songs they did on Fridays.
Yeah.
Next up, Creatures of the Night, 1982. Another one of my favorite Kiss albums, obviously. I Love It Loud.
Who produced it, Tim?
Oh, Michael James Jackson.
Yep.
And I think the title song was a single in the UK, Creatures of the Night.
Yep.
Okay. And I think that's it.
It said there was 3 singles off this one. So I Love It Loud, Creatures of the Night.
And I don't know. Was it I Still Love You?
It says Killer.
Oh, yes. You're absolutely right. That's the one, I think it was like Mexico, where it's like had the picture sleeve where it, like you could pull Gene's tongue.
Oh, yeah,
that probably looked really funny when I did that. Sorry. Okay. Next up, No More Makeup. Lick It Up, 1983, produced by Michael James Jackson. And of course, Lick It Up was a single. And All Hell's Breaking Loose was a single. I think that was it, because those were the only videos. Okay. 1984, Animalize was originally going to be produced by Michael James Jackson again, but he ended up credited as engineer, and Paul Stanley took over the reins of production himself. The singles were Heaven's on Fire, and I believe Thrills in the Night.
Yes, that's it.
Okay. Okay, next up, 1985, Asylum. This one was, I think Paul and Gene co-produced this one. And I don't know if they were all singles, but there were 3 videos from it, definitely. Tears Are Falling All Night and Who Wants to Be Lonely.
Yeah, Tears Are Falling was the only official single, I guess. So.
Okay.
All right.
1987, Crazy Nights, produced by Ron Nevison. Crazy Nights, Reason to Live, and Turn on the Night were the singles.
You got it.
So next up, 1989, Hot in the Shade. I think this is another one that Gene and Paul produced themselves.
That's right.
And the singles were Hide Your Heart Forever and Rise to It.
All right.
I would have also released You Love Me to Hate You as a 4th single, but that's just me.
Yeah.
I think they should have tried that one. It's a great song. So next up, 1992, Revenge, the 3rd Bob Ezrin production, preceded by a song that's on the album, but it was a single from the Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey soundtrack, their cover of Argent Scott Gave Rock and Roll to You Too. And then when the album came out, it was Unholy, Domino, and Every Time I Look at You.
Yeah, and there's one, I know they at least made a video for it.
Oh, I Just Want It, right.
Yeah.
So what are we going to call them? Are we going to skip the 97 now, Matt?
No, you can tell me about this one.
Oh.
The 97. Yeah, the 97 one.
97, yeah. Okay, 97. Carnival of Souls, or Carnival of Souls, the final sessions, if you like. I think the only single from this was Jungle.
Yeah, do you know who produced it by any chance?
Yeah, Toby Wright.
Yeah, good job. Yeah. All right, now we're into the...
Okay, 1998, Psycho Circus, produced by the late Bruce Fairbairn, was the second to last album he produced while he was still alive. And the title song was a single and a video. I believe We Are One was a single. And I think You Wanted the Best was a single.
Yeah, and there was, it says there was one more. It was...
was it that awful Finally Found My Way to You?
Yeah.
What a piece of crap song that is.
Ooh, okay.
Hot takes.
All right, 2 more to go.
Okay, 2009. 2009, Sonic Boom. I think Paul Stanley produced this.
Yeah, and there's another person.
Was it Greg Collins?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Modern Day Delilah was a single, and I can't think of anything else that was off of that.
There's one song that they were performing live, I know.
Does it say yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And finally, to date, probably will be the last.
Sorry. Apparently Never Enough was a single too.
Sure, I'll take your word for it.
All right, last one.
All right, last one, 2012 and Monster. I think the same production. Paul Stanley, maybe Greg Collins was on this one too.
Yeah.
Heller Hallelujah was, I think, the first single to come off of this.
Yeah.
And as far as another one, I'm really hard pressed to think, because I don't think there were any other videos off of this one. Like, I don't know if because they eventually reissued it with Right Here, not Right Here, Right Now. Oh, what was it called? Yeah, Right Here, Right Now was a song. Was that a single?
It says Heller Hallelujah, and then one more song.
Was it Freak?
Long Way Down.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, so I guess that was the last Kiss single. Well, you can take your blind.
Unless you count that the Japanese group that they did the song with.
Yeah.
Whatever you call that.
Well, I think you did pretty awesome there, Tim.
Can I lose this thing?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, wow.
How was
That's
that?
disorienting.
Yeah.
That was a workout. That was a workout. I had to train my brain to really think of that one. Yeah. Cool. Now
So
what do you
Kiss,
got?
yeah, so Kiss has obviously been heavily featured on TVC.
Yeah. Yeah, they're a fun band to talk about. We've done book episodes. You know, they're so far, they're the only band that we've dedicated an episode to just one album by.
Yep.
And I've covered all the formats multiple times, and Will's been on multiple times with his Kiss stuff. We've had a lot of fun doing Kiss episodes.
So as promised, we were going to have a contest. So for everyone who submitted a question.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if I got the question right or anything. Just anybody was up for grabs to win.
So
we're not going to tell you what's in it. It's just going to be a very cool prize pack, and based heavily on past episodes of this show. So if you're a fan of the show, you kind of have an idea what to expect. So we hope you like it when it gets to you.
So I pulled my High Tides music hat.
Yeah, shout out to Greg and everybody at High Tides.
Hey, Greg.
Hope
everyone's
to
name.
See you soon.
So I'll show you everyone's name. Here's Jex from Moncton.
Jex from Moncton, yeah.
Che or Ches from Ontario. Put you in there. Bill from Texas. We got James from Woodstock. Couple more here. Andy from
our good friend Bud Campbell, yeah.
One more.
And Ryan from New York City. Well, I don't know if it's New York City, but yeah. Thanks everybody for sending those in, and hope whoever wins, good luck, and hope you like it. Here we go.
Let's see what we pull here.
All right.
We have
Ches from Ontario, or
there you go.
Okay, so now congratulations, Matt is going to be contacting you to get your address if he hasn't already.
Yep.
And you know how the mail works. You're in Canada too. You know how the mail's working. Sit tight. We got something cool coming for you too. Thank you for doing this, and thanks everybody for watching the show. I started this to show off my records, and it was really bad at the beginning. I got better at it as it went, and it was probably 3 years before I started doing an episode every week. And met a lot of cool people on here, and and we're going to keep going. Got some other cool episodes in the works. Got a 2-parter on the way, but yeah, thanks to everybody that's supported the show, shared the show. It means a lot. Yeah, it really does. And got some cool things in the works, some really cool things that we won't tell you about until it's time. But yeah, Matt, and Matt couldn't do the show without you, with your co-hosting and bouncing ideas off of, and putting all the bells and whistles up. So, and yeah, shout out to everybody that's co-hosted the show, and we're going to have more of that. And yeah, thank you everybody for watching this 300th episode of Tim's Final Confessions, and we'll see you later.